Last month, I got a call from someone who said she spent $87,000 on her dream kitchen renovation, but she was crying. And these weren't tears of joy, it was regret. Do you want to know why? I'm Blake, from Built by Becker. And in 10 years of building custom homes and remodeling kitchens, I've watched families make the same 8 mistakes over and over and over again. Mistakes that turn dream kitchens into daily nightmares. And the worst part is, most of these could have been avoided with the right information up front. By the end of this video, you'll know what and how to avoid these regrets that keep homeowners awake at night. But first, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. Let's dive into mistake number 1, and this one is absolutely everywhere on social media right now, and that's designing for Instagram or Pinterest or TikTok, but not for real life. Look, I get it. We've all scrolled through those viral kitchen photos, the glossy white lacquered cabinets, the bold red islands, those ultra trendy matte black everything moments. They're stunning in photos. But here's what nobody's talking about. Living with that aesthetic for 10 or 15 years, that's a completely different story. Here's what I tell my clients. Pick timeless base materials for the big ticket items. Your cabinets, countertops, and flooring, these are the bones of your kitchen, and they're expensive to change. Then bring all that personality and style through the details that are easy to swap out later. Think bar stools, pendant lights, cabinet hardware, even art and accessories. This approach means your kitchen will still feel like you 5 years from now, but you won't be stuck with the design that screams 2024. Plus, when you do want to refresh the look, you're talking about a few $100s instead of a few thousand. Now, speaking of things that look different in photos than in real life, let's talk about lighting. Here's something that drives me crazy. People think kitchen lighting is about making it bright enough to see. Wrong. It's about where the lighting actually falls and how to make your kitchen feel when you're using it. I can't tell you how many kitchens I walk into where there's just one big overhead light fixture, usually right in the center of the room. The homeowner will say, but it's really, really bright. Sure. But when you're standing at the counter chopping vegetables, you're casting a shadow on everything you're trying to see. Think about lighting in layers, just like you would in your living room. You need task lighting, that's under cabinet lighting. You need wall sconces near your prep areas or flush mounted strips inside of glass cabinets. Then you need ambient lighting to create atmosphere, maybe pendant lights over the island or a chandelier over your dining area. But if you ask me, one thing I'm loving right now is dimmable smart bulbs. You can change the mood and color temperature without rewiring anything. Bright white light at 4000 when you're prepping dinner, and warmer amber 2700 when you're just having some wine with friends. Same fixtures, totally different vibe. Smart technology is here, and let's use it. But here's where lighting gets really tricky, and this which brings us to our third mistake. You know the moment when you're trying to read a recipe on your phone, but the light bouncing off your granite countertops is blinding you? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Glossy finishes look incredible in showrooms and magazine photos. That polished granite or quartzite catches the light beautifully. But when you're actually living with it, every ceiling light, every under cabinet LED, every sunlight from your windows can turn your countertop into a mirror. And it's not just annoying, it's genuinely hard on your eyes. Let's switch that. I'm recommending honed finishes. Honed stone has the same durability as polished, but with a matte surface that reduces glare dramatically. Plus, it actually softens the stone's color. Black granite becomes this beautiful charcoal gray. White marble looks more organic and less sterile. Ask your fabricator for a honed sample before making your final decision. The color difference is bigger than you'd expect, and the reduction in glare is life-changing. This works beautifully with matte cabinet finishes too. Everything feels cohesive without being flat or boring. Now, once you've got your lighting and surfaces figured out, let's talk about something that can turn even the most beautiful kitchen into a frustrating mess. Not planning for small appliances and charging. Here's a scenario that happens in probably 90% of kitchens. You've got this gorgeous clean countertop in your design photos, and then real life happens. Coffee maker, blender, air fryer, Instapot, stand mixer, phone chargers, tablets, charging stations, hey, maybe even a small TV. Suddenly, your beautiful kitchen looks like the electronics store exploded. The problem isn't that people have these appliances, it's that nobody planned their homes for them. So everything gets plugged into whatever outlet is available, creating this jungle of cords snaking all over your countertops instead of think about creating dedicated appliance zones during your planning phase. Maybe that's a coffee station in your pantry with outlets right above the height of your coffee maker and grinder. Maybe it's a charging drawer with outlets inside so phones and tablets can charge without cluttering your counter. Now, pay attention because there's something that caught a lot of people off guard. The 2023 National Electric Code changed the requirement for island outlets in many areas. You might need more outlets than you think, and they might not be too specific in the locations. Check with your local electrical inspector before you finalize your layout because adding outlets after the fact is an expensive and messy operation. The key is thinking through how you actually live before you start construction. Make a list of everything that needs to plug in, the plan of infrastructure, and to support it invisibly. Speaking of planning your layout, let's talk about the mistake that can turn your dream kitchen into a daily obstacle course. I'm talking about you, Kitchen Island. Islands are amazing when they work, but they're absolutely horrible when they don't. I see this all the time. People are so focused on getting an island into their kitchen that they don't think about whether their kitchen can actually handle one. Luckily for you, here's the rule that can save you from this mistake. You need at least 3 feet of clearance on all sides of your island. Not 2.5, not close enough, minimal 3 feet. And 4 feet is even better. Some places code is 42 inches, so make sure you check into that. And why? Because kitchens aren't just for one person. If someone's cooking at the island and someone else needs to get into the refrigerator, they should be able to pass without doing an awkward dance or shuffle or yoga move. Plus, if you got drawers and cabinets of your island, you need room for them to open fully without hitting other cabinet doors or appliances. If you don't have the space for the proper island, consider alternatives that still give you extra prep area. A mobile butcher block can be incredibly useful. You can move it where you need it, and you can roll it out of the way when you don't. A narrow peninsula connected to your existing counters can provide extra workspace without blocking traffic flow. The goal is making your kitchen work better, not just looking like every kitchen that you see online. 16 million colors of smart lighting, whisper quiet operation, and powerful ventilation that actually works. You can control it with your voice, sync it to music, or just enjoy lighting that makes you look good.
Here you see the old exhaust fan.
After removing the old unit and make sure there's room for the electric and the HVAC.
Simple installation with just 4 easy screws. The cover goes right up.
The Lumary exhaust fan is finished and installed. So many different colors and so many different options. This smart exhaust fan dances at night. The colors and the fan options are perfect in this newly remodeled bathroom that Built by Becker just finished. This is Built by Becker approved, and you can click the link in the description and order one of these directly right here from our page. Now here's something that might seem minor, but actually drives me crazy every time I see it. You know that gap between the top of your cabinets and the ceiling? In most kitchens, it becomes this weird no man's land that collects dust, grease, and usually some sad fake plant that no one ever cleans. But here's the thing, that space is either working for your design or against it. There's no neutral. For standard 8-foot ceilings, my recommendation is almost always go full height with your cabinets or add a bulkhead and crown molding to close the gap. The visual impact is huge and it makes your ceilings feel higher and your kitchen feel more custom and intentional. Now, if you've got vaulted ceilings or some unique architectural element that's different, in those cases, you can stop your cabinets at a visual intentional height and either keep that space completely clean or add some creative lighting to highlight the architecture. I've even seen multiple height cabinet areas in these spaces work quite well. But here's what you can't do. Ignore it and hope it works itself out. Sure, not every kitchen is going to the ceiling. That's absolutely true. The key is making it a deliberate design decision rather than accepting whatever gap happens to exist. This attention to visual detail brings us to our next mistake. And this one might surprise you, so I'll hold your hand while I say it. Thinking stone is the only countertop worth having? Look, I love natural stone. Granite, quartzite, marble, all are gorgeous, durable, and they definitely have a premium feel. But somewhere along the way, we decided that stone is the only real countertop material and everything else is just a cheap substitute. That's not true anymore. And frankly, it's not great for the environment either. When you install granite or marble and then decide to change it in 15 years, all that stone ends up in a landfill. It's incredibly heavy, it can't be recycled easily, and we're literally quarrying mountains to keep up with demand. Meanwhile, modern laminate options have come so far that they can fool most people. I'm talking about high pressure laminates that are incredibly durable, available in designs that perfectly mimic stone, wood, or even concrete. They're a fraction of the cost, much lighter on your cabinets, and when you want to change them out, the environmental impact is minimal. Then you've got the recycled glass composites, engineered quartz, and other innovative materials that perform incredibly well and often look more interesting than traditional stone. Now, I had to throw these in because our international viewers asked about some other options. So we're listening. I'm not saying that stone is bad, just that it's not the only good option. And depending on where you live and what you're doing, there are plenty of good options. The best countertop is one that fits your budget, your lifestyle, and your values. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're settling if you're choosing something other than stone. Now, let's talk about the mistake that's all about the details, but makes a massive difference in how your kitchen actually feels to use every day. Here's something I've learned after years of building kitchens. It's not just big design choices that make the kitchen feel expensive and well thought out. It's the tiny details that reduce those little daily annoyances that make you silently curse your kitchen. Take drawer slides, for example. Most people focus all their attention on cabinet doors and completely ignore how the drawers work. But think about it. You probably open your drawers more than cabinet doors every single day. Cheap slides that stick, slam shut, or don't close all the way drive you insane over time. Soft closed drawer slides cost maybe $50 more per drawer, but they transform how your kitchen feels. Make sure you also get full extension. Everything glides smoothly, closes gently, and feels solid. And that's something your kitchen and your mental state will enjoy. It's one of those upgrades that you'll notice every single time that you use your kitchen. Same thing with cabinet hardware. I see people spend thousands on beautiful cabinets and then put in cheap, flimsy handles on them. Your handles are literally the only part of your cabinet that you touch every day. They should feel substantial and comfortable and be beautiful. The goal with all these details is to eliminate little frustrations that add up over time. When everything in your kitchen works smoothly and feels solid, cooking and cleaning becomes genuinely more enjoyable. The bottom line is this: a good kitchen is so much more than just pretty. It's smart, it's efficient, it's actually easy to live in every single way. Now tell me, which one of these mistakes have you seen in real life? Or better yet, which one are you dealing with right now? If you liked this video, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me what you liked about this video and what you want to see more of. And as always, thank you for watching Built by Becker, and I'll see you on the next one.